Hey everybody, welcome to Curling Nation Season 2, Episode 7. So nice, we did it twice with the Matt Hamilton. Matt Hamilton is our first double guest. Matt, thanks for come to the show. And we've also got...
Steve Perry.
Craig.
Also Craig.
Awesome. Yeah.
Steve Perry.
Perfect. Yeah.
I think we got it.
Nailed it. There we go.
Print it. And I go, oh, hey, Amanda, how are you doing? And she goes, ni hao. And like fucking rattles off Mandarin. I'm like, I got some bad news for you.
You can't go.
Nobody can go.
Yeah.
And she's like, what?
Yeah.
And then she goes,
Also,
like,
how did she not
storms off cursing in Chinese. It was so fucking funny.
Also, like,
Let's just get into it. We'll
Let's just fucking do it.
Let's just fucking do it.
just do it.
I'm Mike.
Craig.
I'm also Craig.
Well, that's a good start to the show.
Yes.
Hey, yo.
Show's gonna be twice as good as normal.
That's not
Three
good
times
still.
as handsome. So the show's going. That was a start. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, there aren't any updates, are there? Pretty much everything's canceled.
Everything's canceled.
Nationals was
We
canceled.
thought we'd be talking about nationals, but we're not.
Nope. Were you guys going to go to Nat? We're joined
Yeah.
today by Matt Hamilton.
The
The man
Matt
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
That's me.
You've
Matt
probably seen it
Hamilton.
before.
Matt.
Second appearance on this wonderful podcast, so thanks for bringing me
Our
back.
our first
Our
double
first
timer.
duplicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
So I gotta tell you, you weren't our first choice tonight. We had a last minute cancellation. I'm not even gonna say who it was. But
I did feel like it was a little short notice when I got the text like a day ago.
yeah, at like 10:30
At like 10
last
o'clock
night.
last night?
Yeah.
But you'll be happy to know that you were our first call
First
after
alternate.
after we
Mhm.
realized
First
that
alternate.
somebody
First
backed
alternate,
out
yeah.
on
Yeah.
us.
Hey,
Mhm.
you know what?
Um,
Someone's got to be that.
You
And-
weren't a bride, but you were a bridesmaid. So
Yeah.
Hey.
you got that.
There's
going
no
for
way we were gonna let you not have at least 2 appearances before Shuster got 1.
Well, there goes your shot of getting Shuster for one.
Too bad, Johnny.
it. Yeah, he probably doesn't watch the show anyway.
We will now. when we
Second
tell him
time
about it.
guest. 2-time Olympian.
Yeah, oh,
How was
yeah.
that? How was that? Yeah, last time.
Yeah, last time I was not.
You're not a 2-time. How does that feel?
He isn't yet either.
Yeah, that's a good
Well,
point.
yeah,
I gotta
yeah, it's a good point.
keep
I guess.
dodging
Yeah.
a virus, and
Yeah.
I should be okay. No, it's crazy. Yeah, it's it's the kind of stuff you dream about. You're just hoping
Right.
that like the first go around was pretty surreal. So the fact that we were able to keep that like mental edge and ability to like still be hungry and
Yeah.
go out and still perform the same way and maybe even arguably better than we have in the past. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of the team and myself for being able to keep that up.
Yeah, because Corey gave you guys a pretty good run. Those three games.
Yeah, so after that first game where we lost, I remember, like, I don't think I've talked so much about strategy and how we, like, counteract a strategy that's, honestly, it was one of the first things you learn when you're learning how to skip and play with the hammer is throwing a draw to the wing. And Corey crushed us the first game by just drawing to the wing. We would ignore it.
Yeah.
Draw around our center guard, and then Fenner, probably the best peeling second in the U.S.,
Yeah.
made all these runbacks and just kept putting us in tough spots. So hats off to Corey because he executed that strategy perfectly and cracked us for 2 threes in the finals, the best of 3 finals, and we hadn't given up a 3 all week.
Yeah.
Maybe one
Yeah.
to Corey in the round robin, but other than that, like nobody had got us for 3. And here's Corey getting 2 in one game. It was like pretty eye opening.
So he was able to draw to the wings, and then
We would ignore.
You ignore it.
He would freeze, And then at some point he'd blast if we didn't make a perfect angle.
So he blast open the front or make a run back.
Make a run
or
with that front one and
he was
spill it. And
but
then
he was
he'd be
always able to
laying
get
two.
to your center ones.
Yeah,
and
they
get
were
those
always.
up.
It curled enough where he was always able to get a good freeze on it. And who was playing lead? Was it Tom Hall? Yeah, Tom was crushing it. He had draw weight in his hip pocket, so like if we put one top 4, he was throwing one full 8-foot right on top of it. And yeah, I remember first game or the first end of the first game, we like kind of realized we were in trouble. They made a run. They left their guard. We had one in the rings. We had opted to throw a draw, maybe ignoring his shot in the rings, and we could have just peeled.
Yeah.
And we could have like easily blanked. And instead we threw the draw. It didn't make it perfect. He made a run like a slash and ended up laying 2, and yeah, and then it was all downhill from there. So
Yeah.
I was saying, we had like a meeting of the minds and had like a very long discussion on how to like counteract the strategy that they were putting on us, because we just, I mean, I don't want to say it's a basic game, it's because it's, it's every ends is complicated and different, but he started it off with a very simple strategy, and we just, kind of haven't seen it a whole lot, especially recently.
Yeah.
And just totally took advantage of us like not really knowing how to play and defend it. And we came to the conclusion we're just gonna hit with him.
Yeah.
He's gonna draw the wing, we're gonna hit it, and if somebody ever flinches or decides to go aggressive, that's when we try and take the opportunity to force a little more play in the middle,
Got
because
it.
Corey didn't throw one difficult, like arguably difficult shot in that first game. It was all open hits and draws to the 8-foot.
Also, Joe was on fire.
Yeah, I mean, Joe was on fire the whole time. Like, that team played great.
Yeah.
It was just we got Corey to throw a couple more difficult ones, and he honestly, there was one shot in the second game where
You were one shot away from
if he makes
being
it,
a
yeah,
one-time
or
In the
Olympian.
Yeah.
sixth end, I think.
sixth end, he had a potential shot for 3 or 4, and I mean, the way he just missed it on the absolute wrong side. Unfortunately, it was an out-turn hit down the center line, and if you wreck the guard, we only get a point. And the way he hit it a little full, ended up knocking his own second count out, and then spinning shooter out, and we ended up getting a steal of 2.
Yeah.
Which was really, in my opinion, like the turning point in the whole finals, like
It
the
was.
whole best of 3. Because he had our number in the first game, it was kind of back and
It
forth
was
in the
back and
beginning
forth.
of the second.
First half of the second,
and then we took control.
Yeah. I
Because
think-
he was up by 1.
He was up 1,
With
throwing
Hammer playing
for
it.
throwing for a pile.
Throwing for a pile. I mean, I think the scoreboard says you draw the button there and go up 2.
no.
No, Matt Hamilton doesn't
yeah.
say that.
I don't
no.
say that. Scoreboard does.
I don't say that either.
Also-
I'm throwing that shot because that's a shot to
I
go
think,
to the Olympics.
I think
in my
anybody.
opinion.
Yeah.
Also, Kevin Martin says you throw the draw.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
there's
came
no
up-
way
he
Kevin
came up-
Martin is throwing that draw.
No
There's
way.
no way he's
Not when
throwing
He
that
said,
draw.
well,
Well, he's with me. It's like the
Well,
scoreboard, and like
yeah.
it's statistically you should, because you're up by 2. You just scored an even end. You've got 4 ends to go to play defense.
I was upstairs.
Kevin
and-
Martin is
There's-
throwing the
No, he's
There's-
the
not.
hit
Kevin's.
I
for
can-
3 or 4 to win the game right there.
You could have gotten
he
5.
told
on
me
that
he-
shot, I
Maybe
think.
even
He
5.
told me he
No,
wasn't. He came up to the
he's lying.
media booth, sat next to me. We were talking about it, having a pizza and a beer, and he said he would not throw that shot.
I don't believe it. I played Kevin
Okay.
enough times.
I think.
That
I
I
think
saw him
sitting. Yeah.
Always throw and always make that shot. Like if he was a guy who didn't
think-
make that shot every time, then I
think-
can see him saying
think
I would have
sitting-
thrown the draw.
I think
but
sitting-
he would have made that.
Sitting behind there, looking at it and all the statistics and everything, I think there's the slimmest of margins that he might have. 10 years ago, when Kevin was the best curler in the world, and still probably arguably is, he's throwing that shot 10 out of 10 times
Yeah.
to score 3,
Or
4, or
he's-
5
or
with
he's
the
throwing-
best sweepers in the
Yeah.
world.
Or
I
he's
mean,
throwing, or the other point is like he's throwing the draw because he knows he's got the best team in the world, and he can outlast anybody.
I don't know.
So I don't think he throws it because
I think he
doesn't
does
do
it
the
now.
risk.
If he's
I
still
don't know.
skipping, if he had his mind now in a young Kevin Martin's body, I'm pretty sure he's kind of seen how this new game has gone.
Yeah.
It's different. It's
I
different
don't.
from my point.
I don't buy
for
that
sure.
Kevin Martin wouldn't have tried to throw a shot for 5.
He would have made it too.
He would have made it.
He would have made it. So congratulations.
I think it was just for
Yeah.
4. But
Way to go. Either way, it doesn't matter how many it was
I
for. but you are
100%.
now-
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I 100% agree that was the turning point of the whole deal,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Because game 2, game 3, you guys won the second half of each game.
yeah,
Yeah.
First half of each one, I think, was tight.
right.
Yeah. But
That's another. It's funny you say that because the word tight, because I really felt like after that kind of end, we were able to build some momentum, which kind of loosened me up to the point where I could be that kind of cheerleader hype guy for the guys. And I think that is my role on the team, and it plays a bigger. It's more important than people like you can really like measure. You know what I mean? So I think having that like looseness and being go out fun and have a good time with it the rest of the time, and obviously experience in that situation helps. You know, backs against the wall and having that opportunity. So that's funny you say that because they definitely felt like personally I felt like they tightened up for the final even more. And I don't know,
Oh, they'd never been in. I mean, they.
Corey has.
Corey's been to Worlds.
Corey and Tom
Junior
have
Worlds,
both been in that
but-
situation where they win game 3, they could
heater,
go.
yeah.
But that not as a skip,
I guess.
right?
Yeah. I don't know. Congratulations. Way to go. We're proud of you.
Hey.
Yeah.
And because you're going to the Olympics again, we can have some celebratory bacon.
What? You're gonna make bacon on the show?
Yeah.
We're gonna make bacon on the show. This is outstanding.
I
All right.
love this idea. I'm all about fire hazards.
This is great.
All right.
Celebratory bacon.
So I already pre-made the bacon today.
Oh
so-
my gosh.
So
Wow, this is
it's-
amazing.
It's just gotta be warmed up. So.
All right.
Look at that.
This is unbelievable.
Whiskey and
Wow.
bacon provided. Guys,
Nice.
get on this show. If
Okay.
they ever call you, don't turn them down.
All right, I'm going to ask a sentimental question. Talk about going to the Olympics now with Chris. Because you went, I mean, this is Chris's second Olympics. I mean, he went as an alternate
Right.
once.
Yeah.
In
But-
2010.
Yep, 2010.
Yeah, but you went to Worlds with Chris, and now I think you two are pretty close on the team.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I think it was a big deal to him going.
Oh, totally.
So-
He had talked about, like, not that the first Olympics didn't mean anything to him, but it's different when you earn your own way there as opposed to being asked. Like, it just hits differently.
Right.
I mean, Greg, do you want to comment on that?
Absolutely. I sent him a message saying congratulations for getting off of the wagon that the two of us were on of just being asked to go along,
Right.
and how he earned it, and that I'm very happy for him having won his spot on his own team instead of just tagging along for the ride.
Right. So, as you guys probably know, and probably even most of the people that are watching the podcast, me and Chris played juniors together, and it's kind of seemed like juniors at that turning point into men's has really changed a lot because you see a lot of these junior teams sticking together for the most part. And back when we were kind of coming out of juniors, the kind of thought process is we're going to get onto some veteran guys teams, be the young gun sweepers, kind of, so to speak. And then, down the line when we're kind of the veterans, we'll play back end and get some guys to sweep for us. It's kind of like the thought process. And, honestly, before the team of rejects, before the HP program was formed, we were kind of talking prior to this whole idea coming about that might be the time. 2015 was the time that we were going to team up, maybe find a skip, and still have me play second and him play third. But obviously that just kind of put a stall on that. So at that point, it had been 7 years since we had played together. Got it. Or maybe just 6.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of it took 4 more. It just put it on the back burner. So a decade later, which in a lot of sports is
a long time.
You're retired by then.
Yeah, sure.
Unless you're Big Ben.
Right.
when the opportunity to play with him again was like super awesome, but we knew like the second he got picked up on the team, like the goal was let's go to an Olympics together, because that was the goal a decade ago.
Right.
So now here we are, like 12 years later. It's 2009, so 13 years later.
It needs a little more time, I think.
Yeah, it needs a little more time.
It's starting to smell delicious.
Yeah,
Not
it
to
is.
interrupt your story.
No, it is. I'm getting distracted. It's really baking me back in time right now. I mean, taking me.
Whoa. The jokes for days.
Yeah. So no, it's super special for me and Chris to win it together. I mean, obviously we're a team of 4, but it was kind of felt like this was just like the plan the whole time, and it just took a little longer than we expected initially. So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. You never played with Chris, did you? When HP?
Maybe for like a tournament.
Yeah.
No.
They played musical teammates in that program that first
Occasionally,
year.
Yeah.
No, I've never played a game at all, I don't think, when he's been on my team. Maybe we played a practice game at some HP camp where we were just mixing up people, but I don't even think that was the case.
Got it. Nice. What do you know so far as what's in front of you? I mean, when do you leave?
I'll leave Madison on the 28th.
Okay.
Land, COVID test.
72
hours later.
Yeah.
So you're going
test.
right
No,
to
to
Beijing?
LA.
You're going to LA. Okay.
COVID test in LA.
Yeah.
72 hours later, COVID test in LA. And then at 96 hours, we'll take a third COVID test, and that's to get on the plane. So we'll have 4 days in LA.
Got it. When do you get all your stuff?
And then you practice it all in there in LA, or is it just
Yes, we
isolation,
are allowed
hunker
to.
down, or
They call it a bubble situation, but obviously they're not going to restrict people for 4 days from either hitting the gym or doing any sort of training. So we're fortunate that the LA does have a curling club now, and they're going to find time where there's no one going to be there, and we can just go throw stones on our own. Maybe the ice guy will be there, but
We'll make a call. We know.
Yeah, you guys
some
know.
people.
Okay.
We had Matt on last show, and then Liza was on a few weeks ago. So.
the EasyToys.com curling center.
Yeah.
EasyToys.com curling center.
Man, that got some mileage, didn't it?
Sure did.
So
The curling world was really buzzing with excitement.
You might say, yeah. People were vibrating all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
people were really standing at attention for
Yeah.
the results of that event.
Yeah.
So what do you do then? You get to LA, and then are you just kind of like locked down for a day, and then you maybe practice, then go through processing there, or is that like after the 96-hour test, or?
So I believe processing will happen after the first test clears.
Okay.
and
Processing, by the way, is where the Olympians go and get all their stuff, their clothes for the ceremonies, the swag, the everything.
I was told it's going to be very different this go around, though.
I can imagine.
Like, I don't know if it's going to be the same kind of setup, because last time there was like a Nike side of the room, a Ralph Lauren side of the room, and then they have like little kiosks for all the little like other things, like here's your Oakleys at the Oakley kiosk, and like here's your Swatch watch, here's where you get your fit for your Olympic ring.
Yeah.
And then you go into your Nike spot, and then
Thanks for flashing that, by the way.
Yeah. And then you go to like the Nike side, you get your podium gear.
Yeah.
Your just off ice stuff. Then you have like a media outfit, and then you go to the Ralph side, and again you have like off ice stuff to wear, and then they give you your opening and closing ceremony stuff.
It'll be interesting.
I was told that our suitcases are going to be in our rooms when we arrive in Beijing, so I don't even know what sort of trying stuff on we're going to do. I think it's just going to be like that quick little like kiosk setup, like ring size.
Hope it fits.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, fortunately, I've worn the Ralph the first go around, and I realize I am not the model for Ralph Lauren.
Got
They
it.
don't plan on huggable as a size that people are
I
wearing.
see. I see.
Yeah, they don't quite plan the Midwest large.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all
So
California large.
yeah, exactly, 100%.
Got it.
Well, if
Okay.
you stumble across an extra pair of Oakley ski goggles, I could really use them because my son stole mine and won't give them back, and I need some new ski goggles.
So last time I got a choice between a second pair of sunglasses or the ski goggles, but we will be last through processing, so I doubt we will have a choice this
Why
time.
will you be last?
So since our event starts a little bit later, Chris is actually going a couple days before us.
is it ready?
The bacon's done. Yeah,
The
it's warm.
bacon's done.
Yeah.
All right,
Bacon is
perfect.
warm.
All right.
So this is a black pepper cherry wood smoked.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite.
This
of
might
roast
be the
meats.
best part of the.
This is everybody's favorite one.
Is
that
it?
I've- Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
it's my most popular one.
Joel makes bacon, by the way.
He does.
You're saying your most popular one's not the Malort?
No.
No,
Malort,
No.
anything is not the
So I've
most
done-
popular of anything.
I've done two kinds of Malort bacon. I've done it soaked in Malort,
Ew.
and I've also done it where I smoked it with the Malort soaked wormwood, because
Ew.
wormwood's
You
a
got worm?
Yeah.
yeah
Where,
So
where did you get wormwood?
off the internet.
Sounds so terrible.
But you can buy a package of it, and I soaked it in Malort overnight, and then smoked it on my smoker.
I am cringing just hearing about this.
That was a mistake because I had to smoke
Throw
my-
away your smoker?
No, I was just gonna say, do you have to
I-
like cleanse your smoker?
I
with
did
a very
clean it out.
high
Like I
heat
had to
fire?
do. I did a round of mesquite and a round of oak in there, just plain, just to clean out the smoker.
Yeah, to put a new layer of seasoning on that little bad boy.
a new layer of soot.
Perfect.
But yeah, I will never do that again because that smelled awful.
Well,
I bet that was
the bacon's
the worst.
delicious, Matt. Thanks for coming on the show. We've never had bacon before, so it's
I-
a little treat.
So I'm second time guest and first guest to get bacon.
Yeah.
No.
Man,
What do we
you
gotta
guys
do
are
to get
pulling out
bacon
all
in the
the stuff.
future?
Bring me back on,
I mean,
apparently.
is it Matt only or any time?
Well, whenever I have time for it, I guess.
Just need more in.
Well,
we
maybe you need
more
people that
in
have a
studio
reason.
guests.
This is celebratory bacon. So bring someone on who has something to celebrate, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Anyway, yeah,
I'll
processing.
bring Becca on when she wins
Yeah.
a medal.
Also, the
Oh,
price
that
of
would be great.
also with the price of pork, I don't know if I can do this. Like,
I just bought a half
seen
a
the-
pig.
A
Price
lot
of
better
all
than the
meats.
price of beef.
Oh yeah,
All right.
I got a good price on a half a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Nice.
good. Yeah,
All right.
pretty stoked on
Where'd you get it? We're looking for one.
that. Crane something Farms.
Okay.
Crane Crest.
All right.
Something. Yeah.
We can
We'll talk after the
Talk
show.
about
talk about
curling
the show.
and meat.
My
I
dad.
don't-
My
I
dad.
get a half a pig every year too.
My dad
I think
works with somebody who's
if you don't get a half a pig,
who's
you don't get to come
son-
on the show.
has pigs, so I might be able to.
Yeah.
Might be able to hook you up.
Yeah, your dad gives me the pork belly to smoke and
Yeah,
slice.
there you go. Perfect.
And
The
Yeah.
bacon's
Yeah.
top notch, Joel.
It is
Thanks.
top notch.
Yeah.
This is really good.
It brings
All right.
all the boys to the yard. Or in this case, all the boys to the podcast. So
Yeah.
Basement.
All right.
What else should we talk about? What about
want to come to my basement and have bacon?
All right, so you're going through processing in LA,
Yep.
and then
Greg needs new
you
ski
said
goggles.
that I need new ski goggles.
Yeah.
There's a 96-hour test, and then you get on a plane. And
We're
you-
not a charter flight either. We're going to Tokyo first.
Okay.
On a
So you
commercial
have a
flight.
commercial flight.
Tokyo.
You don't,
Wise will be taking
you don't
a
get to-
commercial
you don't get to fly on the
charter.
fancy Delta Olympic plane.
No.
You're gonna. Wow.
Honestly,
But
it's
you get-
kind of nice though because then I'll be like, okay, the people that are in like Delta One in first class, like they definitely paid for it and earned it.
Yeah.
On the fancy Olympic flight, they're just gonna be like, oh, Shaun White, yeah, of course you get Delta One, or like they're
Got
gonna
it,
bring
got
him in. I guarantee the curlers are gonna be
Well-
back by this bathroom.
So I've
There.
taken commercial flights for the military, and it depends on the plane. Like, I've been on planes where it's all the same seat.
yeah, so
I wouldn't
maybe.
be surprised.
It
if the
depends on
Olympic
what plane they get.
plane is like that. So
Yeah.
you have enough miles, so you're gonna upgrade to first class on your
Charter.
transatlantic flight or no
I-
trans-Pacific.
Yeah, I should.
It'll be close. You
I
gotta have
should
a lot
consider.
quite a
I have
status,
a
huh?
ton of miles. Status is. I mean, fortunately, Delta's just rolled over status for like the last 2 years, so
Well, there you go.
I still have decent status, but I
What if
don't
you take
have.
your medal with you?
I mean, that might be bad luck.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't want to take.
Now that I think about it, that might be like really bad
That might
juju.
get confiscated at customs or something.
But like, you haven't been requested to take it. Like, if you like do media stuff there, they haven't said like, please bring it or
No,
No,
I
no one's
can't imagine
asked.
old.
Yeah.
I would think.
I don't know.
I think they'd like you. Now that I think about it more,
I would think more
that's
of like
kinda-
the bad
that's
luck
kinda
side. I don't.
bad.
Even if they did ask
Kinda
me, I'd be
bad
like,
juju to bring
yeah, I don't
along.
know.
Just be like, nah, no, like I earned this one.
Usually
I
get-
gotta earn new ones.
You usually get tied to stamp you a fake one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
That's not a bad idea.
the,
'Cause I could use a nice fake one.
the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
USA NHL pulled out of Team USA Hockey, and now they're scrambling around.
All of the NHL.
All of the NHL players.
Yeah, all the
pull out
NHL
of
pull out of-
all of the nations.
Yeah. So
It's kind of gonna be like the last go
Except for
around.
maybe
Yeah.
Russia, they're cheaters. But
right.
Well, they're
Yeah. There has there been any talk of canceling, postponing, not going?
I guess I've heard rumblings, but nothing from anything official. We kind of brought that question up yesterday on a Olympic team call, and they're assuring us, and China has assured them that being China, they can just lock Beijing down
yeah,
whenever they want.
They can do whatever they want.
And they're like, honestly, this might.
I'm gonna
They're
eat
like,
piece.
it's gonna be the safest place in the world once everyone's there, because everyone's gonna have. Because once you land, you take another test, quarantine, and then there's like daily testing throughout.
That
So
doesn't surprise me.
honestly, I when I get there, I'm gonna feel more comfortable than ever because it's mandatory N95s.
Right.
So like not just surgical masks or whatever mask you want. It's gonna be like proper masks.
Yeah.
And everyone's gonna be testing daily. So
Not on the
daily
ice,
testing.
are you? Do you have to have mask?
no,
on
not
the
during
ice.
competition.
Not during competition,
but,
but,
you know.
but anywhere else.
Yeah,
you
if
know,
you're
you
like,
go to the food hall.
I'm
out
even
there,
thinking if you're
media.
walking from like even outside, I think we're gonna have to wear them from A to B.
That wouldn't surprise me. That's pretty standard. I mean,
Pretty much
see a lot
everywhere
of
else in the
different-
world,
other than-
like
yeah.
Europe.
It might not be a bad idea, anyways, with the
Right.
typical
Air quality.
air
Air
quality in
Yeah.
Beijing.
Well, I heard they've been working on stepping down
Yeah.
work weeks right now
Yeah.
to try and mitigate
I know
that.
That's what they did for the
That's
summer
what they did for the
games.
summer. They basically shut down everything for a month
Yeah,
to
So-
clear out all the bad air.
I think something similar is happening. Maybe they're just working like 4-day weeks right now, or
It was.
Will
It's
you
pretty
be able to
nuts.
go out and about at all? Can you get me some fake Jordans? while you're there? Please.
that's funny you say
I'll
that
give you some
because
money.
Chris said like one of the biggest regrets about going to China, he's like can't go to the Pearl Market because he got these like knockoff jerseys, and he's like, man, last time I was there, I should have got 50 of these because they look great. Yeah, I got one. I got a Giannis one a couple years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
But no. I mean, we were able to leave the venue last go around, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh my God, got it. Yeah,
So
that
are-
makes sense.
Are athletes required to just go home as soon as they're done? As soon
No.
as their event is done?
No,
Okay.
they will have the option to.
Okay, I thought that was maybe the case in Tokyo.
That
they
was
were,
the case in Tokyo.
They
It was the case in
Yeah.
Tokyo.
Okay.
So, I mean, fortunately for us, our event ends like right before the closing ceremony, so we will get to do closing as far as I'm privy to.
Yeah.
Sure, I was wondering about.
But they weren't going to send
about
Vicky.
Vicky.
No, they're not. They said they wouldn't send Vicky home, and she had the option to.
Mm-hmm.
But they have opened up. They said that at first, athletes in that sport can go watch that sport.
Got it.
Now they're saying if like we're in the ice rink village,
Mm-hmm.
I can go to any ice rink event, and they will have
Ah,
spots set aside for athletes in the ice rink, like just
Got
in
it.
our like maybe a corner of the
got it.
stadium.
So you go to like speed skating and
Or hockey
and
or
figure
long
skating
track,
or
figure
whatever.
skating, yeah.
Got it. Cool.
So yeah, I'm actually
That's
pretty
neat.
excited about
'Cause I
that
think-
because that was changed.
Yeah, because I
that
think
rule
the,
changed just
the
recently.
Tokyo games, they basically could do nothing, and they, like Craig just said, when they were done, they had to go home.
One of
'Cause
the
they'd have people on the Today Show And they'd be like, yeah, we got to leave in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because we just got off. You know, they'd be there with their gold medals and be like, yeah, we got to leave.
Yeah.
See ya. We'll do the show from New York.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like, so, that's cool that they're making it available. I mean, will you be there for the opening ceremonies?
Yes.
You will? Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. Because you missed out on that last time, right?
I did not. I was supposed to. And
Got it.
I kind of complained about it a little bit, and then Shuster actually really went to bat for me, saying, like, we all realize we're here for
to compete
and get a gold medal, but this is like one of the most grandiose times in an athlete's career, that at least an Olympic athlete's career, to do that opening ceremony walk. And the compromise is I could walk the loop, and then I got on a bus home instead of watching this ceremony.
Got it.
Which really, that's all I really wanted to do. Like, I was bummed, but I couldn't see the rest of the ceremony.
So for those not watching or listening and not in the know, Matt, the last Olympics was the mixed doubles representative and the 4-person representative, and mixed doubles started right away the next day. No, it had already started, hadn't it?
I had a game the morning before the opening ceremonies at night. So we played against Russia in the morning and
where
had
you
the
fell over
afternoon
that
off.
guy.
Where he didn't even touch me. It looks like he does. It looks like he gives me a little hip check, but he didn't even touch me, and I just went down cartoon style. I fell the first game of the Olympics in the mixed doubles.
Yes, I remember that.
Very first game, it was pretty awesome. Hey, I mean, nowhere to go but up at that point.
Right? Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
felt good.
Just stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would agree with that sentiment that John had, though. Like, I didn't even win my spot to go. I was asked. I was honored. I still feel like I was, an Olympian, but not maybe to the same degree. But that first, whatever,
Like
90 seconds
Yeah.
that you are in that stadium for opening ceremonies, I still can't, actually put words to describe it. Like that feeling, and
You're really kind of awestruck.
it's completely. And so much more. And it's gonna suck if they have that event, have the ceremonies, and
There's no fans or
there's nobody there. But even it's gonna suck to some extent. But it's still gonna be great.
I mean, they're gonna pipe in crowd noise, and fortunately, at the last Olympics, they had these little screens in front of everyone's seat that faced towards the center of the stadium, so they
When
could.
you were in Korea, you mean?
Korea,
Yeah. Okay.
So they could project anything. So like when whoever walked through, they projected their flag on that. So like the light coming from that, you couldn't see the crowd anyway.
Got it.
I mean, you knew they were there. And like this time, there won't. But like, I don't know what China's got up their sleeve, but I'm sure it's going to be incredible
Well,
because
it's
they
anything
like to
the
ball
what was
out.
it, the 08 Summer Games? Those are rude. I mean,
Yeah.
those opening ceremonies were phenomenal.
Right. So
I'm sure it'll be.
I'm sure this will be
equally as
good,
awesome.
and I'm excited because I'll get to see them,
Right.
whatever the ceremonies are.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
pretty excited for this go around.
That is pretty dope.
What do you think about not playing nationals this week?
Were you guys gonna
I
play?
am
Were you guys
so stoked. Yeah, you're gonna play
Just to get the
because it was in Vegas. Like it was in
Yeah,
Vegas.
it was a
right?
good gear up kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah.
part of me was like, why would we play this? Like, if we're not sharp and we lose, then it's just like, are we sending the right team? It's not necessarily for us, but more for like observation, maybe from the outside curling fans. Like, what are they doing?
But also,
Yeah.
like you guys, like nobody's really played a whole lot, so like you need more ice time, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. That was the thought process. This is like a tune-up kind of week for that. But obviously, with the events in Eveleth, they didn't feel that they could keep all the athletes safe during the nationals. And I mean, honestly, it was the right decision.
Yeah.
And another week away from home, when I've got a month coming up, like it was a little daunting.
Yeah.
So I was actually pretty excited to hear that.
Yeah, because a bunch of teams got COVID up in Eveleth. I heard.
Yeah, I heard it was up to
That's too bad.
like 15 people or
Oh, really?
got COVID in Eveleth, yeah. And we were like one of the 2 teams
Dirty
that
little
wore their
secret.
masks the entire tournament. We wore them on the ice.
Did you guys wear them on the ice?
Yeah.
Huh.
And nobody else and no one on our team caught it. And we played a team that had it. And I mean, granted, if they caught it, they
that was
probably
mixed
weren't
doubles,
contagious at that
was it?
point.
Right.
There's probably only one or
No,
two
you're talking about the
contagious.
Everest cash
Yeah.
spiel.
Oh, the Avalanche
Yeah,
Cash spiel, yeah.
Evelyn's cash spiel.
Oh, got it.
So, like, I didn't hear that. 15
15 to 17.
to 17 people
Yeah.
who were at the Evelyn cash spiel. When was that? Like, one week?
That was-
2 weeks before Christmas?
That was the week before Christmas.
Yep. Bad timing.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
Wow.
Because with the HB athletes have to, if any of the HB athletes got COVID, they had to stay out for like 14 days after.
14 or 10 or something like
Something
that.
like that.
There's a
So-
protocol.
Yeah, there's a protocol where they had to stay out after they test negative. They had to stay out, and then was there a test like a fit test they had to do to get back? Or to compete again?
EKG.
Okay.
Check your heart because there's been issues with
Yeah, there's
athletes.
been-
Just like basically having like a
Getting
heart
weak.
attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
So that would have pushed them past nationals anyway.
yeah, and that was another point of contention there, where some of the teams might
lot
not
of-
even be at full strength.
Not even just the HP teams, but a lot of teams.
Yeah, I mean, it was
That's
there's-
interesting. Like, I hadn't heard that at all, which, maybe whatever, I shouldn't have.
I
I mean,
Although
I'm not
I-
going to name any names.
Although I was
Yeah.
technically on a roster to play
Yeah.
in nationals.
I saw it on the Twitter feeds. There was some. It was out there.
yeah.
But like, I don't know that many people know that, and like, there's definitely some people that I heard complaining a little bit about, oh, why are we canceling? That's that's dumb. We it's not many. I think
Yeah.
most people think it was probably the right choice, but there was definitely some people that were like,
It was definitely the right call.
we're
Gonna have to deal with it at some
gotta
point.
deal with it at some point. Everybody's gonna catch
Yeah.
it. Whatever. That kind
Yeah.
of crowd. But I don't know that they knew that, like,
There would have been a
there
lot of
would have
teams
been a
that
lot of
would have
people
been
that,
shorthanded.
that
not
couldn't
there.
have even gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even if they show up late, like, say, like one team had 2 players, like,
That's
What
not
are you
legal.
gonna
fifth, and
do?
you're gonna play 3-handed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to start
one
the
wants to-
tournament with 4 too.
Yeah.
No,
like-
not anymore.
Oh, they changed that rule.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like if you had
Used
an
to-
injured or like sick and nearly dying player on your team, you had to make them throw their first stone, and then they could leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
What a
was.
silly rule.
But I think even without the players getting sick, like canceling it's still I think the right call.
For sure.
Like even without players not
Yeah,
being
but
not being able to
it's
play.
even more so the right call.
correct.
Hearing
Yeah.
this news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Because they went through they did the Olympic trials. Everybody was safe. That was before Omicron, but everybody made it through
Alright.
Omaha safe.
Both and Evelyn Olympic
And-
trials for doubles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doubles trials.
I mean,
That's
as far
why
as
when
I'm privy
Yeah.
to, is everyone was.
That's why when you were talking to me about Evelyn, I was confused because I thought it was coming out of mixed doubles, and then a bunch of people got sick during the mixed doubles. I'm like, wow, that's a dirty little secret.
Yeah, right.
And then-
Juicy
and then-
gossip.
now I'm much less confused about
Right.
it just being I shouldn't say just being, but being during the cash spiel. That was up there. That makes more sense.
Because you guys had to. Did people have to test before going into?
Yeah, so Evelyn,
what?
they actually said. Again, I'm not gonna name names, but before Evelyn, everyone had to take a test within 48 hours. Maybe it was 72 because some places are slower to get their
Right.
test results than others.
Yeah.
To play, you had to have that. I'm not sure, but I think all the players were vaccinated. Like that may have been a requirement to play
Yeah,
in
that
Evelyn.
would-
And the third requirement at first was playing masks. And then somebody had sent out a message to a bunch of
Yeah.
players saying, hey, if we're all taking tests and we all have negative tests and we're all vaccinated, what do we have to wear masks for? And they decided that's a good idea. Your good point. And
I mean,
we went to
that's
this and we were
a
thinking like,
relatively valid argument.
well, yeah, but at the same time,
At the
like,
same time, it's
if people are flying there, it's
Yeah.
you get it 72 hours. You're not who's locking down for the
Right,
72 hours
right,
prior to
yeah.
their flight, and then also so again, it was a bad situation. It didn't work out well. There's a message that didn't help anything that
and
let people feel more comfortable not going masked. And
and I think a lot of the data about Omicron was just starting to come out.
Yeah.
About it being there's more breakthrough cases. So
Right.
I don't even know. Yeah.
So again,
that's
our kind of theory as our team is especially after the last World Championships where we had the false positive and then we had Chris had his tests far enough apart and they were both negative where they're like, okay, you can play, but you have to wear a mask. Everybody's got to wear a mask on the ice.
Yeah.
Fortunately, prior to that event, we had been practicing in masks, so I kind of told the guys we should probably just consider just practicing in masks and curling in masks because who knows at the Olympics, right? If we're close contacts, I mean, I know that there's if you are a close contact, you're not necessarily out at the Olympics. You can still compete, but you're in a different protocol system. I don't know about whether that person will have to compete masked or not. But we just figured, especially after that worst case scenario, practice and play and do as much as you can in a mask because then it's not going to feel that foreign or weird, or you won't find it necessarily to be a hindrance. And so we went to this event and we all agreed as a team, that we read this guy's message and we're like, well, we're still playing in masks, right? And we're like, oh yeah, especially if everyone else is not.
That's way too much to risk.
All right, let's talk less about COVID and more about fun stuff.
More about fun stuff.
I saw there was a documentary coming out about you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
American Rock Stars.
American Rock Stars.
The doc had me failing to do my last. I don't know why they didn't have me ripping out the first preview.
The first four before you failed on
5 seconds. So they came to our training camp where we had to go for a minute and do as many push-ups as you could in a minute. Do the first 10 seconds where I'm just pumping them out. They literally got the last one where I just died.
Yeah, show the fatty on the team not doing a sit-up.
God, well, I mean, fortunately they didn't show me doing the pull-up. It was Schuster.
Yeah.
Because my pull-ups
They
are
showed
even
him
worse than
fail
my...
too.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I didn't love that, but I think it's going to be... I think, honestly, they got, so...
We can probably link the preview. And the,
Perfect.
And the show.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome. Watch the show.
So how many did you like? They showed your last one, but...
Right.
I did 100.
I was only... No, I did 34 in a minute. I'm not very
34
good.
in a minute. Oh,
I'm a big boy.
pretty good.
Sorry,
A smaller guy could definitely rip out more. Croy can rip them out.
Croy can rip
But
them out.
if I weighed what Croy weighed, I think I could get that many too. I'm a hefty
comes
man.
out January 26th. No. It's just a one.
It's gonna be four episodes
parts?
or
Four
multiple
part-
parts.
four
I
part
guess I honestly I don't know all the details of it.
docu-series.
It's on
But-
Peacock.
It's on Peacock, but the guys
Yeah.
that they brought in and the main guy, the director and kind of guy who set it all up, his name is Scott Boggins. Awesome guy. The way he got everything going and the things he suggested for us to do as a squad and kind of just he's I just want to be here. I just want to blend into the background.
Right.
If you guys are gonna have a practice weekend, what are you doing when you're not actually practicing? And they got some of that footage. And,
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, it's really neat. I start the doc preview is me explaining. He was like, "Can you explain that viral tweet?" I was like, "What viral tweet?" He's like, the one about you being dads. I'm like, "Oh, that one." So I started explaining it, and you see it in the last for a millisecond.
Yeah.
We're out ice fishing, and you see me just bundled up in my gear explaining this, and I was like, "Why are you having me explain this?" And he had this whole thing just as a vision, and I'm super stoked. Yeah, he was great to work with, really easy to be around. Hardly noticed him half the time, and
That's a good filmmaker.
yeah, no, exactly. I think it's gonna be a really fun, and you're gonna. We're already play a sport where you feel the guys more than any other sport because we're mic'd up the whole time.
Sure.
This is going even more in depth. You're gonna they watched me cook a meal for them because they were talking about some other hobbies. Yeah, it's you're gonna really
Was it any
see. Blew their minds. Duh. Actually smoked pork butt.
And he's humble.
So you'd appreciate
everybody.
that,
He's
yeah.
humble. Allegedly,
I've never
allegedly
been called
narrated
that.
by. I've known you for a long time. Allegedly narrated by Nick Offerman. Did you get to meet him at all?
That's funny you say that. No. Short answer.
All right.
Long answer was he had told us they came to L.A. when we did that voice thing just recently.
Yeah. Yep.
And they still didn't have the narrator locked down. They're like still working on their contract details with Offerman. But they told us like Offerman might be doing it. And I was like, that would be amazing. Like, and I was like, is there any way I could meet him?
You had like a tweet interaction.
Yeah,
with
we had a
him
little back and forth.
After
It was
the first Olympics.
It was
right?
less than a back and forth, or more of like he tweeted like about me.
Okay.
First he had mentioned something about me, and then there's like a thread about who would play who in the movie about this story.
Sure.
And some random like just normal person was like, I have the mustache, the hat. I'm also huggable.
Yeah.
Like I can play Matt Hamilton.
Right.
And then he just replied to the guy, "Get in line, son." And I thought that was the greatest. The greatest. So Nick Offerman wants to play me, and I would be honored if I could be played by a 55-year-old white man.
I think I did reply back to that with come out and curl, like we have bacon, and then I reply back with some of the bacon I made.
Yeah.
And
Get a like or anything?
Well,
he replied back, like we went back and forth a few times, but
He's pretty active
if
on
you do
Twitter.
get to talk to him, tell him he should come on the show and you can talk about his
if he comes here in person,
curling.
This is one of the greatest episodes of TV I've ever seen.
Yeah,
one of some deep pulls there when she's just like, man, I can't throw it well. I'm just trying to channel my inner Annette Norberg, and I'm like, what?
They're pull that out.
Yeah, where did that come from? I was like, that is amazing. I was like stoked on it because like Annette Norberg is a legend.
Yeah.
It was an incredible show. I'm gonna watch it again when I go home.
There you go.
If Nick Offerman wants to come on the show, he can come here in person and get bacon.
Yeah.
He can stay at my house.
All right, I will extend the offer.
Or you could just do it on Zoom like a normal person
But
who
he doesn't
doesn't
get bacon.
want to hang
We
out
could send him
with.
some.
Well, you could send him some bacon and say you have to cook this during the Zoom. His wife's really funny too,
probably
Mulaney.
Yeah, she is. Megan Mullally.
Yeah,
Megan
Mullally.
Mullally?
Yes.
Mullally.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
Mullally.
can
Something like
show
that.
them how to cook bacon the right way.
Yeah. Maybe we could we'll go out to the Hollywood.
You talk like he's a guy who doesn't know how to cook.
Yeah.
bacon.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy makes his own canoes.
Yeah.
Like I think he can probably handle some bacon.
Throwing some bacon in a toaster oven.
But it's my bacon though, not the store-bought crap or whatever he gets.
I bet.
How do you know he gets store-bought crap?
I'm pretty sure
He might butcher the pig himself.
Yeah.
With a mustache like that, he might.
Yeah, he might. He might just look at the
Channel
bacon and it
his
just
inner
falls
Ron
into
Swanson.
cuts.
Falls into bacon. Oh, I almost knocked over your
That
beer.
would have been
That would've
awful.
Been a disaster.
That would have been a disaster.
Party-
Yeah,
party
I'm
foul.
stoked for
That's
that
cool.
podcast
So
though, and yeah, Nick Offerman.
four-part series. It'll come out January 26th on Peacock. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's not the premium version. Otherwise, I suppose I have to pay for Peacock for a month.
Well, it says,
But
is that Peacock Plus?
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know.
I guess we'll
I
find
don't know
out.
anymore.
I don't even know if
We'll
I'm
find
gonna
out.
get like access to it. Like, are you gonna send me some digital copies?
You're gonna be in China, so it's not.
Well,
gonna matter.
I mean, I'd still take like a Blu-ray, throw it on my PlayStation.
There you go. That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
We could do a
Watch party.
MST3K style
Ooh.
watch
there you go.
party
Figure
slash
something out.
harassment party of it.
Yeah.
So I want to bring this up because you guys don't know.
Yeah.
So the club was locked down, as you know.
Our club.
Our
Madison
club.
Curling Club.
Madison
You been
Curling
there?
Club.
I've been.
Not for like 2 weeks. You haven't.
Yeah.
No, I was there. I had some makeup games over the break.
Okay.
So if you can believe it,
2 makeup games.
they decided it would be okay if me, Becca, and Nina still threw.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Madison Curling Club.
Thank you, Madison Curling Club.
Yeah.
I know I probably shouldn't be saying that on a podcast,
No,
but
it's okay. You can.
It's not gonna come
Whatever.
out till next
The world,
week anyway.
the world's
so
not.
I
The world,
forgot.
then
Yeah, it's fine.
you're one week
fine.
closer to getting to.
Right.
it's also the world's not fair.
The
So
Olympics.
sometimes people
Right.
like fancy
Yeah.
people get more privileges than others.
yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
just the way the world works, kids.
All the people who don't like it can suck it.
So the first
What's up,
time,
Habs Blue Ribbon?
yeah.
No, we're not getting into
No,
that.
Stingling.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So the first time I go to the club after the holiday break, because I took a nice no curl kind of sabbatical almost for about 5 days from Christmas to New Year's.
There you go.
And New Year's Day I went back
Yeah.
to throw my, first stones of the new year. And
After the flood.
after the flood.
Yep.
And Jeff told me he wasn't preparing it, but he
Got it.
said it was pebbled. So
Yeah.
I nipped it, ran rocks, and got
Yeah,
it as
yeah.
prepped as it possibly
Yeah.
could be. And it was, actually it was in pretty
Close
good shape.
enough, whatever.
Yeah. But I went to my locker, and the Madison Curling Club or somebody maybe from the Madison or the Wednesday night men's league, they have an envelope that says "Do not open until in China. Immediately destroy after reading. Preferably just eat the envelope. The paper is edible. Ink not so much, and then some other things. And there's something in it, and I probably a note or a picture or something, but I haven't opened it. But I'm very excited. But I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to the Wednesday League who took the time
May or
to
may
do
not have
whatever
done
they
that.
did.
Yeah.
Well, I think it says from the Wednesday.
Oh, it doesn't say from the Wednesday.
They might. I think it says who it's from.
Got it.
And then I got a text from Steve Okeson asking if I got it.
Got it. Yeah.
So I just assumed. But yeah, I'm really stoked for that. The
I'll confirm it.
Wednesday guys have shown nothing but support. I remember at the last go around, I got a photo from everybody. They all went on the ice and took like a league photo, probably in between the 6:30 and 8:30, so they could, all the teams from both shifts be together. And they had my big fat head. Not
Yeah.
this actual one.
Not the
actual
actual-
the
fat
actual.
heads. You guys
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
I know. It's above my locker, goddammit.
Yeah, I just put it
You
there.
can move it.
Didn't get
Doesn't
super
have to
fat
stay
until
above
after
your
you won a
locker.
gold
I keep
medal,
moving it, but it keeps coming back.
I wanted to look at me while I change. I'm that vain. So I actually I got a little misty eyed when I got that photo last go around. So when I found that envelope, I was pretty excited and honored to be a part of that Wednesday
Yeah.
men's league.
Oh, we like having you
So
there.
shout out,
Always.
guys. You guys are the best.
Maybe they're sick of you and they put like drugs in there, so then you'll go to jail when you land and go through customs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna check it. I'm just gonna trust whatever they put in is kosher.
You want me to double just check it and make sure it's not going to get you thrown in jail, or
You know what?
I'm in the
I'm
Wednesday
gonna
league.
live,
gonna take a
I
chance.
like to live dangerously.
Because China jail's probably no joke. Like that's probably some serious. Like,
I'm in the Wednesday.
have you
I mean,
seen
by the time I get
Mike-
back,
Mike- Mike thinks
with
it's
all
gonna be
the
okay.
rocks that I've been pounding, I know I can do more than 34
Yeah.
push-ups in a minute.
No, it's
Yeah.
If I get back.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm in the Wednesday league. It's all right.
it's not going to get
It's
them
not
thrown in
drugs.
jail.
No,
It's not drug.
They might just see the note and throw me in jail, to be honest. It says, do not open till in China. The contents may get you thrown into a China. So they did warn against it. Could.
No, I don't think so. No.
But I doubt it. I think...
It's a
think so.
classic movie where somebody gets thrown in a jail and like Midnight Run.
Boy, I don't know.
right over
There's
my
probably
head.
a lot of movies where somebody gets thrown in
It's
jail.
like
Yeah.
That was
it's
Midnight-
like a 70s
with Robert
or-
De Niro.
Yeah, I want to say that might be some like very famous
Don't
actor.
Someone gets kidnapped though.
don't Dan Aykroyd and John Candy get thrown in jail in Spies Like Us?
Well, that's
No,
that's
in-
not
Yes!
the movie I'm talking about.
In Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's Planes, Trains.
That's not the one. All right, sorry. I got
John Candy,
Yeah, right?
John Candy, and Steve Martin get thrown in jail in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
There you go.
Spies Like Us, Dan Aykroyd.
Didn't they just go
Yeah,
to like
check it
They
Russia?
out.
and
just
Stop
saved the
the
world,
Russia.
man.
Nuclear
They,
or
They
they
saved
stopped
the
the
world.
nuke,
Yeah,
I don't know.
and then they danced in the snow with the Russian
with the Russian girls.
Russian army girls in their bikinis, and
That's a
and
great movie.
That
and
checks
vodka.
out.
Well,
that
that
checks
does
out.
check
Just
out.
took
Yeah,
a
it's
real,
like-
took a real left turn there.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great,
All right. Anyway,
great, stupid movie.
what else do we have to talk about? Do we have anything else to talk about?
What do you
Oh, thanks for having me.
So what do you taking along? Like,
Yeah.
So like, there's got to be like a touch of home thing that you want to bring along that has nothing to do with the game. That you just, this is my piece of home.
I really enjoy coffee, so like I am definitely not gonna rely on the Olympics to provide me with my caffeine. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring my
Isn't
own
it like
coffee.
McDonald's? Like there's a lot of McDonald's there.
No McDonald's. It's not sponsored this year.
No, they're
Really?
No,
What?
no,
Oh.
no McDonald's in the village.
Oh.
I know.
Wow.
Come on. You're gonna hold out for the winter athletes?
Yeah.
I love the Big Mac.
Yeah.
I'm like Big Mac and fries.
So
Did they have chocolate shakes in Korea? They didn't have
no,
in
they didn't have
Sochi.
shakes. They had you could get McFlurries. You can get an Oreo McFlurry.
How often was the machine broken?
Yeah.
So they had like it was like one of
McFlurries.
the,
Yeah.
they had one of the touch screens where you ordered it and then went to the front, and it was hilarious because in Korea, first couple days like nobody's going to McDonald's, and like I'd occasionally go up and just get like the 5-piece nugget because I was trying to kind of follow suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't really eat McDonald's here. I don't love it. There's better fast food if I'm gonna eat fast food. Like burgers are one of those things I think I could do better.
It's gonna be Culver's. Like it's gotta be Culver's. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really like go there much, but you could see like you literally could watch as athletes were either eliminated or done with competition. Like it would get busier and busier.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the last days, one of these hockey guys had like a pyramid of nuggets, maybe 7 or 8 high minimum, and he was just like trying to like shimmy them out and get them like out there because he was taking them back to the dorm or the room for whatever. There must have been
like,
over 100 nuggets in that order. It was bonkers, but yeah, it was like you could not get there.
Just give me like 12 McChickens.
Yeah.
Man, after the closing ceremonies in Sochi, there was 100 people deep in line trying to get McDonald's.
That was the nice part about these like punching
awesome.
machines, because then you just like stand to the side and they call your number.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still gonna take forever, but at least you don't feel like you're standing in line.
That's not as fun as like being drunk at 2 a.m. and getting tacos. Telling everybody,
I will say,
telling everybody your name's.
I really hope
that was my move.
I really hope the food situation's very similar. Like I've heard that it's gonna be like, like basically each seat has its own little like mini cubicle.
Yeah, that's what.
So like
I heard
dining
Tokyo
isn't gonna be
like,
very social. Like you won't be able to like talk. Which again
I'm
is
guessing that's what's gonna
understandable.
Be
But
the deal.
the food situation in Korea was insane, where they have like traditional Korean, and then they have like an Italian section and an American section, and like
nice.
there's
But you're
always
taking
food
coffee.
of any type you want. But yeah, the one thing that I'm making sure I take is coffee.
You can
and
get that through
then-
customs.
Did they have beef?
I mean, normally,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Did they have beef bulgogi in Korea?
Oh yes. I mean, it wasn't good. It wasn't like great. Like I've had some good beef.
It wasn't like
bulgogi
street,
in Korea.
It wasn't like street beef bulgogi, but it was.
I was in Korea probably six months before for you, and there was a restaurant we went to that had some pretty good beef bulgogi.
It's one of my favorite countries to go to for food is Korea, and yeah, it wasn't that good because it was still like heat lamp and you see them refill it pretty frequently, and I don't think they like ever overfilled it where it sat for hours, but it might have sat for like 20 minutes.
Sure.
At some point, so I'm pumped for it though. The food's good.
The food situation is fantastic. Like that was one of my favorite things about the Olympics was going over there to eat. Even if you weren't, because it was like the biggest buffet you've ever been at, and it's food from all over the world. Mm-hmm. Like what I mean,
they don't leave anybody out.
Yeah. No, I mean like you can find if you can't find like.
So it's like
a half
world
a
buffet,
dozen,
but better.
Yeah,
but,
well, I don't like if you can't find like at least
if you won't say it, yes, it is better.
A world buffet.
It's a step above Pizza Ranch, like
If you can't find at least a half a dozen things to like be happy with, then you're too picky.
Yeah.
And normally there's probably there's just way too many things. You're like, oh man. I'd eat some of that, but I've already got a full plate.
Yeah,
I've already.
That's the really toughest part.
And this is my second.
Yeah,
but like that was great. I really liked that, and that was fun. And it was also fun to go there. And I mean, I was lucky enough that the year that we went, there was NHL people, and so like every now and then you'd be sitting there, and then all of a sudden Sidney Crosby'd walk by,
right?
Or some famous hockey player that you
Ovechkin.
recognize. Yeah. And
Schuster's got a hilarious story about Ovechkin, so get him on because he's got
Hopefully
just for that story. Maybe we can just call him and I can put it on speaker. It's a great Ovechkin story.
I like it.
So bring him on. for
We
that.
I have a Shuster story about what the hell's his name? Zach Parisi was walking.
Oh, yeah, the hockey.
He's
the Minnesota
walking.
Wild guy.
He's walking out of the food hall, the dining hall, with Sidney Crosby, and he looks and me and Schuster are walking to the dining hall, and we're like across the street, and he looks across the street and he sees Schuster, and he basically says to Sidney Crosby, "Hey, see you later," and he like starts bolting across the street and just yells, "Hey, Schuster!" That's
pretty cool.
Like he just ditched like the most famous hockey player in the world
Right.
to come over and say hi to John. I think John's head almost exploded.
It was like the Grinch's heart. It grew 3 sizes that day.
But you know, this is yeah, something like that. I got to meet Zach Parisi out of the deal though,
Yeah.
so
Pretty cool.
Surprise! I mean, sorry, you guys. He's surprisingly short.
Zach Parisi.
He
Zach
is,
Parisi.
Yeah, there's a lot of really
a
small
lot
hockey
of
players.
NHL guys are a lot.
I mean,
Oh, I know,
he's-
but
Of course,
like,
then I
he's-
almost ran into Zdeno Chara walking in.
He's like 6'8"
And
on
he's-
skates, right?
No, he's
No,
like
Zdeno's-
7 feet on skates.
No, I was
Oh,
just
man.
gonna say Zdeno Chara is like 6'7",
Yeah,
not on skates.
Not on
Oh, my
skates.
God.
Oh,
He's
yeah, that
huge.
guy's
He's
a
like
giant.
huge, dude.
He's a giant.
Yeah.
And he was funny
And
to
then-
watch
Yeah.
him walk through the dining hall because you could just look at everybody else and there was
Yeah,
you know
there's-
200
yeah.
heads like
Yeah, it's not.
this.
It's not like the summer games where all the basketball players are there. Zdeno
Yeah.
Chara walks through, is like, holy shit,
Yeah.
because he's probably the only guy that's 6'7" there. I can't imagine another winter sport where being
Height like
a
that's a
being
good
a
thing?
real
There's
big
some speed
dude.
skaters that are really tall.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the long
Those
track.
Dutch
the long
guys.
track
I was
yeah.
gonna say the
Freaking
Dutch,
Dutch
dudes.
guys, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just a hint of Mar fans in there.
Sure, but it's not like you know,
Yeah.
every basketball.
Oh yeah, that's even better call. I'll be right back. You guys
Yeah.
keep chatting.
All right. Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
not like it's not like basketball in the summer games where it's like
Right.
everybody's got tall dudes.
You
I
know
can't
what-
think of another summer or winter sport where being
Being tall is
tall
an
would be
advantage.
really be an advantage.
Maybe
Speed
Cross
skating,
country skiing.
No.
The cross countries or the
but those
biathlon.
You get those big long
no
strides.
way.
It's called the
Those guys are small.
Bre- the
They're wiry.
Goose Island.
Well, no, I mean
Bourbon
you like a
County
6'5"
brand
wiry guy
classic
should be able
cola
to.
Stout.
I bet most
Mm-hmm.
I bet most
Oh,
cross country
was there-
skiers are like
Let's get her.
5'10" to 6'2".
Well,
That would be my
most people in the world.
well, yeah, but
What
I-
a way
I
to go
don't-
out on a limb there, Mike.
I don't think being a 6'8" cross country skier really is an advantage. I would think it would be a disadvantage if
All right.
anything. Because
What are you doing?
you're just inherently
glasses.
you're inherently heavier, and cross country skiing
I've
is
got
like
more
an
upstairs
endurance
if we
event,
need.
This one's
and so
Mike's. I'm telling you, this one's Mike's.
Okay.
I would just think that that's not an advantage.
All
I don't
right.
know. Maybe we could
I'm
have
gonna
a
have
cross.
to cut this stupid part of the show
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah, maybe we can have a cross country skier on. Ole Einar.
We'll get
Bjorn
Jesse
Dahlen.
Diggs on.
Jesse
Yeah.
Diggs.
I would like to talk to her.
I would love to talk to her.
That
She had
when
the moment of the
she
Olympics last
that
year,
was
and that
I,
call was so
absolutely
good.
it
Whoever
was the
called that
greatest
was
call.
Is she local?
I think it
No.
might have been the
Is it
greatest
Wis-
call in
is either
Olympics
Minnesota or
history.
Wisconsin,
She's
I
from
think.
Minnesota.
Oh, those
I think
people.
that might have been
One
the
of those
most
people. Oh god.
iconic call, like
Hey,
of
everybody
the
watch
Olympics.
the football game on
but-
Sunday?
Shut up.
I didn't.
No, he's disparaging the Minnesotans, and I said because he's a Vikings fan.
Yeah, the Vikings
Yeah.
are terrible. I mean,
I-
they're so bad right now.
I watched something. I'm
didn't
not
want
sure it was
any?
a football game, but I watched something.
Yeah,
Something happened.
Yeah.
It's a route.
Well, cheers, guys. I'm
Yeah.
really
Yeah, thanks.
excited to have the
Congratulations.
opportunity to try this
Cheers.
one. Brownie, I know you didn't want any, so I didn't pour
didn't.
you one.
Yeah.
See, guys, I just know Brown well enough. We're that tight.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Anyway.
We
Best
literally call each other
Best
best
friend.
friends all the time.
I gave Matt his wedding present today.
4.5 years
Four and a
later.
half years later,
Hey.
I gave him his wedding present to just as we were walking into the house tonight.
Really?
I
What'd you get
sent him a message. What was that? About 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Asking if I had given it to him because my wife was convinced
Hold
I
on,
hadn't,
hold on.
and I was convinced I had.
Well, he had sent me the message, and then I said, no, Craig, you haven't. Tell Lynn you were right. Because I assumed Craig knew he didn't do it. And Lynn was like, oh, yeah, we totally did. Totally backwards. She's like, well, actually, I thought I did. And Lynn told me I didn't. And I was like, oh, should have known. In my marriage, my wife's always right as well, so I should have known.
Well, no,
sort of
what you
yours.
said was, I've never known you to be wrong. And I said, I think it was the first time.
Yeah.
So I gave Matt a curling stone for his wedding
Nice.
present 4.5 years late.
Did you autograph it?
Nice.
No.
No. Thank
Want me
God.
to?
Did Lynn?
No.
No.
If you do it right on a striking band, because I'm
Yeah.
going to throw some hits with it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anywho.
Well, that's pretty cool.
This is pretty tasty.
This is really good.
That's really good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying
Yeah.
this.
I can,
yeah,
what is
I
it?
really,
I can taste the
What is it?
slight,
Let's,
like,
we can tell the
cola
people
taste to
just
it.
listening. Is it Goose Island something?
Goose Island. Their bourbon barrel.
Bourbon barrel.
And this is
something.
their.
It's delicious.
It's the Goose Island Bourbon County brand classic cola stout.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Aged in
Super
bourbon
good.
barrels with brown sugar, citrus, coriander, spices, and natural vanilla flavor.
I'm not
Yeah.
tasting any of the citrus, but it's outstanding. I could drink
Yeah.
a lot. Oh, well,
Can you drink one?
You can drink one of
I could drink one
could-
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
It's
else?
14%.
Yeah, I've only got to walk upstairs and go to bed, so I
Yeah.
can have a lot
Yeah,
more.
it's all right.
But
What else do you want to talk about
Yeah.
prior to the Olympics or prior to
Becca's got shirts
Whatever.
for sale.
Oh my gosh, and I texted her immediately. It was like, Becca, you probably can't have the rings. And then she's like, no, the rings aren't interlinked. So it's not branded. They just like touch.
Oh, so she's
Yeah,
selling
so they're
shirts
not
that
going
are-
like overlapping. They just
Yeah.
touch each other.
It
And
looked
then-
like a 5-pack of like the 5-pack of beer cans you pull off like.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
It
and then
looked like beer cans.
and
Yeah.
then
Got it.
it doesn't say Beijing 2022 because that's
Just says
trademarked just
Beijing.
Beijing. Yeah, I mean that's
Uh-huh.
fine. And
Olympic curler Beijing.
then Olympic curler. I thought
Beijing.
Olympic was a no go, but apparently the guy who's helping her out did this with the summer athletes.
Come
Same
at me,
thing.
bro.
Yeah.
Can I
Oh.
see
It's a super
Yeah.
Becca. I love you, but that is a lame shirt.
Little sibling rivalry there, yeah. All right.
I mean, I don't want it.
You're selling your gear. There's some
Yeah,
Team
no, but
Schuster
we've
gear,
got
right?
just like our team logo, and it's the early stuff. That first go around, we did not have a whole lot of say in the design. It was more of like a let's just go, and we had the company that we got the shirts through kind of
Yeah.
do the designs, and we made some comments. But we're gonna hopefully post Olympics expand to stuff that like me and Chris are designing.
Oh.
Or at least inspiring
Got it.
a designer to design for us, and I think that stuff's gonna look a lot sharper. And but the cartoon T-shirt is sick.
Yeah.
I can't own a white shirt. I don't know why they printed it on. They said they had to print it on white, but I can't own a white shirt. I will
yeah,
spill on
same.
it.
So your team stuff is where can people find that?
On
find a way.
our team Instagram account
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Team Twitter, probably.
or
Or
our
Team
team
Facebook,
Twitter.
or
Yeah.
just
Team
search
Schuster?
Team Schuster shirts, and you'll
Yeah.
probably find it.
It might even come up. It's a Lawler is the name of the company
We'll try and
that
find a
makes
way.
it, but we'll
we can put it in the
definitely be able to
description.
put a link on to the Instagram or maybe even the Facebook because we definitely posted on our team Facebook. So
Yeah, it's probably on.
if you got
there-
any of those social medias, you
there
can
it
find
is.
There's the social
Yeah.
medias. So it's China.
Yeah, look on the Twitter at Team Schuster, and you'll find a
Your
link.
Team Schuster shirt.
So we had a
Get Team Schuster stuff.
Chris
What
had
else?
called this Japanese woman who does these cartoons and told her, asked her if she could draw another cartoon. She said, "Oh, I'd be happy to." And he's like, "Oh, could you add Colin Huffman?" She's like, "Not a problem. Like that would be great." And he's like, "We want to pay you." And apparently, she started crying.
Nice.
She was so excited. She's like,
That's awesome.
She's done this like every year for us, is drawn us as a new cartoon, so you can watch my hair progressively get longer over the last 3 years.
Well, there you go.
and she's just such a cool person and does all like iPad sketches. And yeah, she just had no clue it was coming. So like when we offered her like $500 for the photos or whatever picture she sent us,
Yeah.
she just like couldn't believe it. So
Nice.
that was pretty cool.
Do you have a stat? Go. You go.
You can't get that on any other color shirt. Only white.
For now.
now.
So
Yeah.
the problem
White
was
only.
they weren't sure the color, the screen printing of all the colors would go over on like a black or a gray or something.
Yeah,
so,
because
like,
there's a lot of colors in there.
they're thinking maybe if they get a black shirt and then put a blank square of white.
It almost looks like you're
Underneath,
smoking a heater and you're.
It does. That's a little piece of hair. And I got my phone. I can't show you guys.
Yeah.
They comment on it. My team does. And then I went ahead and went into like my phone where you can like doctor photos.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I gave myself stubble. And then he's like, well, if you give yourself stubble, you might as well give yourself a cigarette. And I drew in a cigarette.
A cigarette. Yeah.
No, it is actually. I even did
Right.
the orange filter.
Uh-huh.
Because I wouldn't
I like
smoke
it.
anything but a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah,
illegal
Do
here.
you-
Colin looks like a baby. Like
Colin kind of is just a giant baby, though.
Yeah.
he is.
That's fine.
A muscled baby, but
He's a strong baby.
very strong baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And none of us have noses. I don't know if you comment on
do-
that.
yeah. No,
Yeah, I
that's
saw
fine.
that.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think it's fun,
Very,
yeah.
It's very Japanese.
Cool.
It is, yeah. I know. I think it's sweet.
It's
do, you,
it's a certain style, but
do you have
Yeah.
a Stash Strong update? Is there anything going on with that?
Yeah, I've. So the last update I got was maybe just before Christmas. So the like I posted a video on Instagram
Okay.
announcing basically the whole program, and then all
Okay.
these donations that were coming in now, like he's actually tallying them for me. I wish it was on a site and everyone could see where it's at, but
Sure.
that's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot more work than
fine.
I
It's fine. It's
realize. I'm not a computer guy, so I don't know how
Yeah.
much that goes into
fine.
it.
Me
But
neither.
he told me that we're over like $1,800 after a week.
that's pretty good.
I mean,
Alright.
1 week. I mean, $1,800. Like it might seem like a drop in the bucket, but any
After this
dollar.
podcast like 1801.
Yeah. Thanks, Joel. 33 cents. 33 cents. 33 cents.
I'm gonna
I got-
contribute to
yeah,
4,
sure, yeah.
so I'm better than these guys.
Nice. There. That's a good point.
Nah.
No, but like I said, anything counts, and then I'm hoping to do one more right before I go. So hopefully, when I'm at the Olympics and people go to my like Instagram or whatever, they'll see it and have the opportunity to
Cool.
donate some more. But either way, I'm having fun with it. If at the end of the day, all I do is get a haircut, donate the hair, and we made,
Some money.
Yeah.
$2
Good for
grand
you.
or $3 grand,
That's
like,
still a good. It's still
better
a good,
than it's
Yeah.
better than nothing. And
That's
I just
Still a good-
stashstrong.org. So when is the shaving happening? Like,
So I don't have a date set yet because
We don't
right
have-
after we get back from the Olympics, we got to play mixed doubles. Not
Oh,
that I
yeah.
necessarily, but I just like don't know what like
Sure.
theoretically if we medal
Yeah.
or even like
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say you could
get
have,
gold. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
very
You
busy
could have a
prior to
whole
the mixed
media.
doubles, and then
You'd
like
have a whole media
Yeah.
tour.
yeah, and then I
Right.
might not be able to cut it like
Goals.
immediately after. You
Right.
know what I mean? I might have to do
Sure.
it like just a
And
little
then-
bit
yeah.
further after. So, well,
You have
that's
somebody
gonna be
lined
up in the
for
air,
that,
but.
or you have somebody lined up to do
Who's
that?
cutting it?
I was just gonna go to someone who, because like you can't just like do it. Maybe I could
Right.
like go to a salon person who's like, okay, because you
I
gotta
got-
do
I
like
got you-
pigtail.
I got your
in
hookup.
pieces.
Yeah.
I got your hookup.
Daisy.
No,
Daisy would be the one to
No. I went to high school with a guy who cuts hair downtown, and yeah.
I know. I
His
trust
name's
you.
Zach,
Yeah.
His name's Zach Zarikor.
And he,
Dude.
and he does good. I don't even care if he does good
Yeah.
haircuts
Yeah.
because honestly, like I was thinking about
I'm gonna-
maybe having some fun
I'm
with
gonna
it.
show
but-
you.
So Daisy's a curler. She's super awesome.
She just
run-
did my
she
wife's
runs
hair
her-
today.
Yeah. She
Looks
does.
amazing. Great work, Daisy.
Yeah, she does my wife's hair,
All right.
hair too.
Here
My
is
wife won't go anywhere else.
Here's Zach's Christmas card, and he styles hair for a living. So,
that's a zaddy right there.
dude, yeah. I mean, you
That's
can't
a
tell.
sharply
you can't-
dressed older gentleman.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, he's only a couple years older than me. He's like 40.
I
He's
consider-
Craig's
I
age.
consider you guys.
He's Craig's age. He's Craig's age.
Screw you, man.
But dude is he works at
all right. We
works at
about your
Blue
buddy.
Chip Barber Club.
All right.
Blue
all
Chip
right.
Barber Club.
What
Not a sponsor.
are you
Not a
going to
sponsor.
shave the beard and just have the mustache for the Olympics, or is
So
that
I'm-
a surprise
I'm-
that we can't?
No,
announce
I'll
yet?
tell you. I'm gonna bring a trimmer, but my wife was very adamant that she does not like the clean shaven look, and I'm like, well, you're not in Beijing, bitch. Sorry, fans. Sorry, children.
We should also note that our wives do not listen to this podcast.
Yeah, Jenny's not gonna watch this. And if she did,
Somebody
like, she
might
knows
if
that
you
I was
ju-
joking.
Yeah. That's not
anyway.
the joke you make, dummy.
You big dummy.
Because it's written down, man.
Sorry. Don't
Sorry.
worry.
Go
We're
ahead.
young. She gets it. You know what I mean? She grew up in the rap era. Bitch this is bitches and that. You know what I mean?
All right.
Bitches
Well,
and
you've
hoes.
got your own relationship with your wife.
Yeah,
We're
so-
not,
Anywho.
No, she
Yeah.
she doesn't. She actually doesn't. She says the stash looks tolerable if with some stubble, and obviously this is way past stubble. I cut it for
Do whatever.
the last.
it was a
for
holidays.
the
Cash meal?
no the
Dress-
voice. The voice. I
Oh, the
wanted to be
voice.
like
Okay.
all clean, like the way I want it to look
Yeah.
at the Olympics at the voice. So I've got a proper razor with a guard.
Got it.
That's the plan, is to have
it.
like a slight stubble with the mustache.
All right. Okay.
Who knows? Maybe I bick it one day.
Maybe.
Well, you know.
Maybe it's clean shaven. with a
Maybe,
mustache.
maybe I'm just a defiant
I'm
son of a
just saying,
bitch.
you know,
Sorry, man.
maybe
Maybe I slipped once and I'm
maybe
like, oh, gotta take
maybe
it down.
Moose
Yeah,
is
just-
running around in the backyard and Jen's inside screaming at the TV like, "You dumb son of a."
That might happen. It might happen. So we'll see. I mean, either way, if I shaved it like maybe the day I got there and bicked it clean, like I'm not playing until like the 8th day.
That's fine.
And
All
by
right.
then I'll have like some
Alright.
stuff.
All right.
But yeah. But yeah, I'm planning on repping the mustache, coming back.
Perfect. That's your brand.
It
For
really
the brand.
is.
Hashtag for the brand.
For the brand. We can't say that actually. That should be cut out because
Yeah.
that's trademarked.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
That's all right. I
It's for the
bet
kids.
I bet Pat and nobody in his camp are gonna come after our show. If they do, we'll just
Pat who?
Pat McAfee
Yeah.
is hashtag for the brand.
Yeah.
Is a kicker.
He's
That's
a guy.
okay.
He's a guy.
I'm an owner of the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers works for me, so
He can.
we'll smooth it out.
Well,
Yeah.
he can bring it because through the curling club, I know so many lawyers.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a lot of lawyers.
There are a lot of lawyers.
lawyers.
Bring it, Pat.
Yeah,
Bring it.
What's up?
Yeah.
or just come on the show.
Where's come on the
Sure.
show?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Any other hard-hitting
Brain
questions
busters?
you guys
No.
want to hit on?
No,
Nothing else?
When are you gonna have kids?
Ariana Grande smell good.
Honestly, I forgot to breathe when I was around her, so I did not inhale or exhale.
Yeah. How much did you perfume yourself to like not smell like a piece of shit when you?
Honestly, I didn't know that she was gonna come over and like shake my hand afterwards and
Yeah.
say, and I panicked and gave her like the bro five instead of like a proper handshake. I was like, "What's up, dude? Welcome to the team."
You should have just hugged her.
I wish. I was too scared, Craig.
You
I didn't know what to
could've done
do.
that.
She said,
There-
okay, maybe, but again, during COVID, like I don't
There-
feel
yeah.
like that's a.
They were large
Yeah.
men. They were,
Nice.
they were
Nice.
probably.
And I
were
wasn't
probably-
masked, and she wasn't masked because we just got done
Yeah,
doing the
that's
shoot.
fair.
So I was
I
like,
mean, it
Yeah.
is COVID. I guess I
Right.
get it.
Yeah.
But
There were large men that would have tackled Matt had he tried to
you know
hug
what?
her.
Probably.
I gave
Win-win.
Here,
Yeah. Whatever.
I did this to Obama.
I know.
And
You know, what,
Pre-COVID.
you know what I did to
It
Donald
was
Trump?
pre-COVID,
I did
but-
this to Donald Trump. Actually,
I still wanted to, when are you gonna have kids? Oh, sorry. We'll
Don't-
skip
don't
that.
worry about it.
I just wanted to make you a little more uncomfortable. For
these
a
aren't the
second.
droids you're
we'll go
looking
on,
for.
We'll go to the next question.
Sorry, your voice.
I've been practicing for about over a decade now, so
No,
sometimes.
not very well. Just like your curling.
Uh,
Took a
terrible.
long time
Yeah,
for
it
you
took
to
a
get
long
good at it.
time.
Most guys have been practicing since like age 12. So
Yeah. One of these days it'll hit the button, as they say in Men with Brooms.
There you go.
I know one of these days
All
your
right.
sperm will hit the
What else
button.
are we gonna talk about?
I don't know. We should
Do you have
probably
anything
wrap.
else you want to talk about?
we're
should
already like
probably-
an hour 15. So
We should probably wrap it
Oh,
up. We've
alright,
been
we should
yammering.
stop.
on
I mean,
for
we
a
hit
while.
on
Yeah.
Stash Strong, and that's really the only thing
Okay.
I can think of.
Yeah.
Thanks to his sponsors,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
are
Your
Yeah,
sponsor. Not
sponsor.
Watch my radio show. Oh, yes, I
Watch
do have
your-
one more
watch
thing.
your
if
listen.
you're in Madison,
It's going to be watched soon. We're going
Are
to
you
have
gonna-
like some cameras in there, so
you're gonna,
soon we can watch.
You're gonna be able to. Can you stream that? Can you stream
We
Madison?
eventually,
Sports Radio?
we're like
Yeah.
we got a new studio. Just like literally, we did the first show yesterday
Yeah.
from the
Okay.
new studio.
did you get the buttons fixed?
dude
No,
had some
still-
mic problems in the
Yeah, you saw that. You heard it, maybe.
Yeah.
It was
Matt's
not
on
good.
a local.
Yeah.
Matt's on a local sports talk radio show.
Yeah, so that's gonna be really cool.
If you need some help with the real studio, let me know because
Can you ask him if I can sit in for you while you're gone?
Yeah, I can throw it out there.
Yes.
So, actually,
That's a no.
Yeah,
we'll
probably.
talk after. We'll talk after.
All right.
So, one thing I do want to comment on: if you just can't get enough of me and Team Shuster, but your New Year's resolution was like, I want to get in shape, but I really love these guys, and I don't want to waste any time
Yeah.
not paying attention to them.
Yes.
We are workout athletes. Like, we are workout instructors for iFit.
Yeah. you
Which
did
is Norditrack.
Rowing, right?
We got on rowers, and we have eight episodes, 4 with Chris and John Schuster, and then 4 with me and John Landsteiner.
Whoa.
Is that what was at the Duluth Curling Club?
Yes,
Like,
and then
okay.
in the rings, and then
Yeah.
we had one proper actual trainer who kind of like coached us. But
Nice.
we were just
Sure.
kind of like doing it with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on iFit, and it was so much fun. And the whole time is he's asking questions, kind of like an interview like this. So
Yeah.
I'm like trying not to breathe too heavy and answer questions going through this rowing exercise.
So John Landsteiner actually has to talk. I was gonna say over under like 8 words. John Landsteiner.
No,
says
we
during
keyed on
workout
him a
video.
couple times. We're just like, John, it's your turn, bud. But there's definitely been a few times where he was like looking at
Man.
John for an answer. He's like, hey, Matt, how about you field this one?
I love me some John Landsteiner.
We all love.
iFit.
iFit.
On
But actually-
Nordic Track, yeah.
iFit.com.
And actually,
What is
John has commented on the show over the past, so
Can I just
he
watch?
does listen to the show. So
John Landsteiner.
And so it is like a subscription membership,
We
kind
love
of
you,
like the
John.
Peloton
It's
thing,
like
so-
Peloton.
So like
but
probably
with a
not,
rower.
no,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's super. It
Okay,
was a lot of fun, and
If you're a friend of the show and you have an iFit login that you'd allow us to
just watch
borrow
it.
so that we can watch the curling videos.
Or-
there's
Okay.
4 hours
Email the
of
show.
us rowing.
I want like
And
14
here's the thing:
minutes.
is like I thought there was gonna be like movie magic involved.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Can
we need to
somebody-
row for about 2 minutes. No, they're half-hour workouts. We do them straight, one take
All right.
with this guy.
Oh,
and
you have to do workout stuff
I'm
one
straight up like he's asking me questions, and I am like doing this plank at the end, like dripping. You can watch it like come off my nose. And you know, it wasn't like crazy hard, but
All
I
right.
just
I need-
There's a free trial, folks. I'm gonna sign up.
right.
free trial.
I'm gonna sign
Oh,
up for
I'm
a
in.
free
I'm
trial
in.
and see what I can find.
I can.
I'm not sure when it's
I would
ready
like
yet,
to see
but
this
let me,
because
don't
I
sign
was
up
in-
yet. Let me
Okay.
find out exactly when they're gonna like make it available, because I believe throughout the month of February, if you do sign up, what they're doing is it's called the whole series. There's a 16 episode or workout series
with, like,
where they have
Olympians.
other Olympians,
Oh.
and it's called the Winter Champions series. So I
Is
think
Lindsey Vaughn on there?
no, I can't remember what the other ones went.
If she wants to marry me, I would like that a lot.
I'll talk to her. I got her
She
number.
does it.
0%.
I got her
chance
number
of
if
that.
you want it.
We'll talk after the show.
But anyway, if you do it and you complete the whole series, they send you a medal. So if there's some way you could prove it, or like had your own rower and you could like set it up, they
I don't
actually
have a
send you a
rower,
medal.
but
So that's
maybe I'll
pretty.
buy a
It's
rower.
pretty cool
Maybe
idea
I'll rent
and
a
everything.
rower.
And
Can you rent a rower for a
All right,
month?
now
honestly, the Nordic Track rower is fairly affordable as far as rowers go, because they're expensive
All right.
as crap.
Do you need like
Hold
a
on.
specific rower, or do you need?
I need
just,
the
like,
show to
ice
you have
stop.
to have the
watch?
Nordic
I
track.
think it
right?
might be have to be the Nordic. Oh, you know what? I don't
need
know.
somebody.
I don't know,
need-
because like you can definitely be a Nordic Track member, because they have just like strength workouts where you just aren't on any machine.
Here's what I need. Here's what I need. Somebody out in Hollywood who is way more fit and way more media savvy than me. I need you to watch these 8 videos and cut us about a 5-minute, 6-minute highlight video that we could watch.
Sure.
Yeah, 6-minute highlight video.
There's gonna be more than 6 minutes of
and
quality content.
email it to the show. 6 or more, fine, whatever.
There's
cut
4
us- cut
hours
us-
of like
cut
basically
us a
it's an
quality-
interview during workout.
I need
Alright.
I need a quality
thing
cut
is-
of the 8
I
video
want at
rowing
least
videos.
one
Yeah,
good answer from each of the players on the team.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
there you go.
Okay, now
perfect,
I
yeah.
seem
All
to
right.
remember in Colorado Springs one time at one of these training camps
Oh no.
Everybody who missed a workout.
No,
at
they
some
didn't
point,
do the. You didn't
do something.
report. You didn't report.
We didn't
your
report.
workouts.
We missed a report. Had to show up for like a 7
6
a.m. 6 a.m.
Workout
workout with McWilliams.
Yeah.
And I had I sent it in wrong. Like, I actually did what I thought I was supposed to do, but it wasn't. I miscommunicated. So I'm
Brian, if you're
there.
watching, I did not, so I deserve to be at that.
Right.
6 a.m.
Everybody else. Well, I did too because I screwed up, but I thought I didn't at the time. But I seem to remember we're at this 6 a.m. workout, and it's me,
Oh, no.
you, Ty,
Baton.
Landsteiner, Baton. You know, the couple, just a bunch of misfits.
Landsteiner avoided it. Landsteiner was definitely
There's a
not there.
100% chance
thought he was there.
Landsteiner
Me
was
and
not
Ty were the
there.
only two.
I
Who else?
guarantee you, Ty.
Well, I wasn't. So me and there was at least.
Well, there was more. There was like 3
There's
teams.
at least 10 of us
Oh
there.
yeah.
But we're halfway through this workout, and you're puking in a trash can.
So we were doing circuits, and we started off.
It was
rowing.
horrible.
We
First
started
of all,
rowing.
I mean, it was terrible. But Matt was puking.
It was rowing, run a lap, and then jump on the Jacob's ladder. And if you've never done a Jacob's ladder before,
Oh,
like
those are
it's
the worst.
it's literally it's like imagine a stair stepper or a treadmill, but it's a ladder.
Yeah, it
And
just-
if you're on
it
a
just
slight
goes.
incline, so you don't fall off it or anything, but they are incredibly way more
They're
difficult
gross.
than you could possibly imagine. So I got through the Jacob's ladder part of the circuit, did the lap, and about halfway through the lap, I saw a trash can. And it was like, took a side note, finished my lap, and I finished the workout.
gave the
So
trash-
I
gave the
did
trash.
not, I didn't shortchange anything.
I don't
agree.
think he
He
puked.
did
was
another
just-
half an hour at
No, I
least of
puked, or I was
circuits.
He was
screaming
just
like a
happy to see it.
velociraptor.
He gave it a
into-
hug.
He was
He
puking.
was.
Oh yeah, it was not good.
But, and then we're on the bikes, and Matt comes running over and jumps on a bike after he had just been puking, and the rest of us
Laughed and
knew that he was puking.
That's the thing. If you don't
Yeah.
rally, what's the point?
Yep.
Oh my god, that was so.
And that's your curling training coming out.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, and
That's
honestly,
Bonspiel training
That's
right
Bonspiel
there.
training.
That's Bonspiel training.
It was
definitely
terrible.
I will say, if I go too hard working out, I am not above puking and then
No,
continuing to
it's
work out.
fine. I just wanted to.
I
throw
appreciate
that
you bringing
story
that
out
up.
there.
Thanks.
I remember you puking in the trash can.
Closest I ever
He was
got
working out hard.
Swim
That's why-
intervals. Yeah.
It was really early.
It was so early.
I
I'm,
did
In the
not
morning.
wake
I'm
up.
glad you told
Well,
me
it
it was
doesn't
6
help.
because 7
that
felt early. But plus it was the
I was at time. That's when it was out in Colorado too.
Yeah.
so that
So
was
most of
our
you guys-
first morning out there.
Yeah.
We show up at
Oh,
5
that's
o'clock in the afternoon,
gross.
and then at 6 a.m. the next day. So we're not acclimated to the altitude at all. And now we're at 5,800 feet in the Springs or
No,
whatever.
Springs
and
is 7,000.
No,
Yeah,
not
it's a-
downtown.
It's above.
Thought Manitou,
above
top
Mile
of
High.
Manitou, I thought.
Yeah,
was.
5,200's Denver, and that's
When you
that's
get
a mile.
when you get up the incline,
Anyways,
Oh,
to
it's,
7.
it's 62.
Anyways,
I lived.
it was
I lived up by the
terrible.
Air Force Academy, and it was 7,000 up
I
there.
can see the Air Force Academy being closer to 7.
Yeah.
But I think right at
It
the
was
Springs,
gnarly.
Yeah.
Either way, it sucked because we were not
That's
ready
true.
for
Down-
it in several
You're
different
down by,
ways.
you're down at the training center.
Yeah, we were
yeah,
right
you're
downtown.
down like 65, 62. Though.
But it sucked.
That was
so
not great.
bad.
We did that workout, and then we had to do the incline that day.
yeah,
That was fun.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that
When
was
the-
the first of 2 trips up the incline that
Yeah.
week.
that's
That was
awful.
fun
I
too.
PR'd that week because it was misty and cold that day.
That
So
was
I
a
was just
perfect day to go up the
best
incline.
day to do the incline, and I ate like
I
6
did-
gummies because I snuck off. This is the best part because I'm going up this incline. I'm going up this incline. I'm like halfway up, and
We should probably
I'm
cut
like,
that.
what? I don't care. And I'm like crawling on my hands and knees because I look back and I feel like I'm really high up. And I'm going like this, and I realize after a moment, one of my buddies from I don't know, like Tara Peterson, walking up the stairs, flies right by me, walking, and I'm like, oh, and I realized I could stand up. It wasn't that steep. I was like crawling up the incline. It was the best time I've ever put up going up that incline.
If you're listening to the podcast, we're all crying right now.
What?
It was so foggy.
Who doesn't know this?
It was so foggy at the top that day, though, you couldn't tell where the end was. And, like,
Oh, man.
I felt like I could have done even better if I would have known where the end was.
Yeah.
Because I was just, like, pacing myself, thinking having no idea how much longer I was going to have to go. I also did a PR, but I think I could have done even better that day.
I know I could have done better, but I want to reiterate, I was in a state where this is fine. There's nothing wrong with what I did. Okay? Like,
That was great.
I ate
Oh,
pot gummies and climbed up a hill, admitting to it.
congratulations. All right. Well,
Matt Hamilton, everybody.
now.
Our favorite guest.
Good luck in China.
Yeah, good luck editing.
On the podcast, second time, twice as nice. Oh, boy.
Maybe better.
Yeah.
Maybe better.
Well, to wrap up, do you have any sponsors on that? Like,
Yeah, do you have any?
Hey, yeah, and I want to shout out all my great sponsors.
Well, yeah, we're not.
Allianz
asking you.
Insurance, thank you for sponsoring us. iFit, thanks for being a part of, or letting us be a part of your series. And Lawler Clothing.
Custom apparel
from
Yeah.
Nebraska. You guys
Omaha.
are great. Omaha, Nebraska.
Somewhere
You
in
guys are
Middle
great
America.
for helping us out and making sure that everything has gone smoothly through this process.
Yep. Hardline.
Hardline Curling, always solid sponsor from day one. They've been with us for 7 years, going on 8 now.
You got special brooms for the Olympics?
No,
No.
you're not allowed special brooms. Have to be on the market for 6 months prior to the Olympics. So we're going skull and crossbones again.
Yes.
Nice.
That's awesome. I'm super psyched.
Too many
about
people.
that.
We always rep those,
I love
like
those.
USA brooms. Don't get me wrong. I
No.
love the USA. I want to be a part of it. But like,
I love the
let's
skull and
do something
crossbones.
crazy. Yeah, the skull and
gonna ask
crossbones
you.
with curling eyes. I think they're awesome. So we're going
Great.
with those again. We might
Super
put
dope.
USA heads on them though,
nice.
fine.
instead of
Yeah.
the matching skull and crossbone head. So.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the skull and crossbones sticks though.
Trying to think if there's anyone else that I might be missing. Oh, and Mize agency. That's our agent. Brent, you're awesome. Appreciate all the hard
Cool.
work. Good. That's
Yeah.
it.
All right.
Sponsors.
That's it. All right.
Cool.
Thanks, Matt.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Good luck.
Thanks, Matt.
Good
Thanks
luck.
for having me on.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You and
Nice to know you.
you and the rest
Yeah.
of Team Landsteiner. Good luck to
Yeah,
you.
go Team Landsteiner at the
Go team.
Olympics.
Go team last time.
And go Team
All
Plies
right.
and mixed doubles.
Yeah. Persinger
Team
Plies.
Persinger.
Do it.
Team Persinger.
Boom. All right, well, we wrapped up that gong show. Thanks for listening to Curling Nation, episode 7. So nice we did it twice. Matt, well, you were on the show. Thanks, I guess. If you want to email the show, email us. We're at curlingnation@curlingnetwork.com. You can find us on the social medias. We're on Facebook, Twitter at Curling Nation, Instagram, we're at The Curling Nation. Brought to you by Yingling.
Beer.
Why not?
Why not?
You know, get
The
a
official, unofficial sponsor.
the official, unofficial sponsor
Curling
of Curling
Nation.
Nation. Otherwise, listen to the show. You can find us on your favorite podcatcher. Otherwise, watch us on YouTube because God knows we're good looking. And Matt's on the show.
Super handsome.
Super handsome.
Makes it
Yeah,
even
it's
more
a
good looking.
real good looking show. Send us a couple bucks. You can find us at the Venmo, Curling Nation at Curling Network, I think. I don't know. Find us on Venmo. We're there somewhere. Well, no, Venmo or at Curling Nation. Otherwise, I think that's it. Myself, Mike McDermid, Steve Perry, Joel Dietz, Craig Brown,
Craig.
Ben Hamilton,
Also, Craig Brown.
also Craig Brown. That's it. Good curling, everybody. Oh.
Statstrong.org.